Hi, I'm Frank Bradley.
And I'm Kitty Fisher.
And we're with St. Helen's Catholic Church in Georgetown, Texas. About 2 years ago, the parish leaders recognized that the 25-year-old pews that had served us so well had really died. They were dirty, they were falling apart, and they really had been inexpensive to begin with. And we began a very simple selection of new pews. Life was actually simple because we had 4 vendors. We brought them in, we had estimates, we had quotes, and it was an over and done deal. And then New Holland Church Furniture Company really complicated our life because somebody brought a picture of a church in New York that had radius pews, and everything we had done went out the window. The concept of getting rid of mitered pews so that people really could face the altar was something we had never addressed. We also thought we couldn't afford them. New Holland was not the lowest cost, but what happened, the bonus benefit as I call it, is that we raised the capacity of this church from a little over 450 to a little over 700. And the reason was that we could take the radius pews into the church and remove aisles that we really didn't need, and we optimized the use of the space. It was like getting a 25% increase in our church building without having to build foundation and walls and a roof. It was the job of the pew company to come in and give us pews that would fit, and New Holland did a fantastic job. We had an excellent support staff. Our salesmen worked with us, worked with the beautification team, worked with the building committee, and worked with our pastoral council. That's not a trivial task to keep 25 or 30 people happy, but they were able to do it. On a Monday morning in April, those pews showed up at 8 o'clock with 2 workmen. And within 10 days, those 2 workmen had replaced every pew in the church, and they all fit, they all set up, and they all worked. They say you can't have quality and price and delivery. The truth is, New Holland gave us all 3, and they were just fantastic. There's always a discussion when you're about to replace pews. Why don't we put them in the exact same shape in place of the old ones? Well, the old ones were mitered. For some people, a mitered pew may not make sense, but it's a pew with an angle in it. And that makes the middle, the miter of every pew unseatable. I call it the dead seat. There's no kneeler, and actually it's uncomfortable. People would avoid them, and those seats, even though they counted as official seats, were never used. So even our 450 seat capacity probably never really was used. But once you remove the miter and everyone has a little bit of the curvature, it's warm, it's friendlier, and it makes people feel a little bit more more like a congregation instead of more like it's the people on one side or the people from the other side.
I would like to say a little bit about the representative of the company that worked with us. John was so outstanding in listening to the ladies that were on the committee to make the church more beautiful and listen to our ideas and give us suggestions that we could use. And he helped us select the chairs for the priest and the people to sit on the altar and our benches and things that we changed. Came up with some wonderful ideas, and you usually don't get that with the other representatives that we had. It was mostly this had to be this. They weren't listening to us like John did. And so I think all of our committee was just extremely proud that you sent John to us.